After 10 years, are we about to finally see the end of the DC versus non-Marvel winning streak? Or by pointing that out, have I just jinxed it? Hello Internet, I'm Yoli May, and it's finally time for a new season of Death Battle. We have Harley Quinn versus Jinx. Now, as I should say with all my reaction videos, please click the link in the description to go watch the actual episode itself before watching mine or anyone's reactions. Don't be a dick. Support the official release. Alright, so how do I know these characters? Well, I've mostly known of Harley Quinn, because, being, a companion of the Joker and whatnot. If you know the Joker, you've probably heard of Harley Quinn, and just of how much, she's referenced in, pretty much just everywhere. I've seen clips of the TV show that I thought were pretty entertaining. I watched the Suicide Squad, the one by James Gunn, and that's about the extent of all the stuff I would know Harley from. As for Jinx, I've watched Arcane. That's about it. So, I don't have, too big, an attachment to either character. If I had to pick, who I want to win just based on that, I would say Jinx, just because, I watched a season of the show. But, I'm not that fussed either way. But, I know from the animation preview, the fight looks really good. And that's pretty much all I can ask for at the end of the day. As long as it's a cool fight, and both characters look cool, I'm happy. So, gonna put these on, shut the fuck up, and hit play. Wow, 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 wow.
Harley Quinn, DC's fantastic.
Okay, they're keeping this format. I like that.
League of Legends. We live in a society that adheres to strict laws and norms, but these two ladies turn that system on its head with their wild enthusiasm for destruction.
They say
and
fuck
chaos.
the rules.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Gonna be a lot of explosions in this fight.
Born to a middle-class family
Oh, that's
in
a
the
bad
heart
thing.
of Brooklyn, USA, Harleen Quinzel had long lived a life of mediocrity. She had embarrassing parents, annoying siblings,
And a high school life that sucked. Even more than, the normal ones.
she never quite
Yeah,
felt
school
like
just
she fit
sucks.
in anywhere. But despite this, Harleen knew she was destined for greatness.
So, inspired by a childhood crush turned psychotic murderer, Harleen spent years training to be a world-renowned criminal psychiatrist, eventually traveling to Gotham City's infamous Arkham Asylum to research the most dangerous criminals on the planet, like Batman's
Oh
arch
boy,
nemesis,
yep, that's
the
how it
Joker.
starts.
But after analyzing the Joker and his horrific, unspeakable history as a homicidal clown, and Jared Leto, she came to realize one truth.
The Joker was
I just noticed, under Love's
Deadpool,
Deadpool, that's, crossed out. What? Also, Poison Ivy called it.
Son of a bitch, Batman.
This was the first of the Joker's many manipulations, leading Harleen to see a warped reflection of herself through him, culminating in her breaking him out of prison, bleaching her skin via chemical vat baptism, and joining him on his life of crime, descending into love like madness and reborn as the fantastic Harley Quinn.
And she was packing plenty of tools of maniacal mayhem, including her iconic hammer,
sake.
electric buzzers, and bombs of all shapes and sizes, like the dreaded banana cream pie, the most evil of all pie flavors.
When she wants to get around quickly, she can use her handy-dandy pogo stick, which she straps rockets to. That doesn't seem
As
safe.
you do.
Speaking of unsafe, Harley's most
Also, hi,
versatile tool is
Ringmaster.
her pop gun, a rotating revolver with special ammo rounds, like a boxing glove. Whoa!
Whoa, close one.
And biting confetti. Whee! And did I mention explosive rounds? Which, oh no.
Jesus
My leg
Christ.
is gone. Oh no! Oh wait, there he was. I'm fine.
I'm gonna go.
Harley combines
Ah,
her
my
arsenal
leg is
with
go- oh, wait, it already
unparalleled
was.
gymnastic skills, making her far deadlier than your average
I
criminal.
love that
She
line.
can even keep up with experts like Deadshot and Catwoman, even Batman at times. The peak human superhero that can dodge lightning and survive this alien device exploding, which obliterated multiple city blocks.
Yeah, I think that's stretching the term peak human just a bit. But
Just a
hey,
tad.
he's the goddamn Batman, so we'll allow
I
it.
think they brought up
Unfortunately
as
for
like
Harley, despite her unwavering loyalty to the
I wanna say, like,
Joker,
50
their honeymoon
something like that.
period did not last. He spent years abusing her, physically and emotionally, tearing her down piece by piece.
Then, when he got bored,
Asshole.
he strapped her to a friggin' rocket and launched her halfway across Gotham City. Is that
Jesus!
one way to say, no, it's not you, it's me. Bye!
Harley was left alone in the wreckage, abandoned by the one person she dedicated her entire life to.
Until fellow villain Poison Ivy came by. She nursed Harley back to health, literally healing her from a damaged
Oh, so is that what
relationship.
started it?
Ivy even gave Harley a chemical concoction that granted her superhuman strength and a healing factor.
I suppose a healthy relationship can sometimes feel like your own superpower in and of itself.
Yeah, and those two definitely seem like very good friends. Wink.
With Ivy at her side, Harley went on to rebuild herself as a famous anti-hero, leading teams like the Gotham Sirens and Suicide Squad. She worked on developing new skills, built around her own strengths rather than that of her past.
Like learning to use her lifelong knowledge of
Sorry I'm not
social
talking so
analysis
much,
to
just
manipulate
this-
her foes mid-combat.
this is one of those few
Creating
times I'm actually
tons of her
learning
own
about a
chemical
character.
concoctions, like tranquilizers and sleeping gases that can incapacitate metahumans. She even reverse engineered her former flame's trademark Joker Venom. This deadly substance excites the laughter centers in a person's brain and forces them to laugh until they suffocate.
Harley was clearly on top of the world.
Huh.
But
Okay,
nothing
so
got
she
soft self
does
improvement
have
like
that,
a Rocky
alright.
Balboa training montage.
That's,
So Harley went to Themyscira of all places
That's
to get
worrying.
a combat internship with the Amazons. Just like her favoriteest superhero, Wonder Woman. And imagine going from bashing random goons in Gotham to fighting alongside immortal warrior goddesses.
She became agile enough to jump between skyscrapers and strong enough to rip an entire palm tree out of the ground with her bare hands. Based on the size of the tree
Christ.
and the weight of an average palm by foot, that weighs about 600 pounds. And she can hold it one-handed, so her actual strength is probably at least twice as much.
Enough
Fair
to lift
enough.
a full-grown brown bear and throw it like a rag doll. Hell, her skills advanced so far, she was appointed a herald on the War World Apocalypse. You know, the planet ruled by the living embodiment of evil? Even the actual personification of the DC editorial staff likes to call her in to help with tough jams.
As the
What?
years went on, Harley surprised literally everyone by transitioning from supervillain to superhero. She partnered up with other heroes, became a psychiatrist again, and legitimately started helping other vigilantes with trauma, like Jason Todd, who definitely needed that.
In fact, the Bat family she used to
That's actually quite
antagonize
nice.
and ridicule eventually accepted her as kind of an extended member of their group, teaming up with her to save Gotham from her toxic ex. Good for her. Guess we're not going to talk about when she went back to the Joker a couple times, huh?
In the end, she may be a little nutty, but you'd
I'd
be
prefer if
mad
we
not
didn't.
to love Harley Quinn.
Wait, no, like,
The world of
Clip.
Runeterra is a
Oh,
wondrous
okay,
fantasy
maybe
land
this
of
is,
advanced technology, arcane
new
magic,
thing.
and
Anyway.
legendary champions.
I
On its
know
northern
Arcane,
shores
I
are
don't
two
know
cities
League of
locked
Legends
in
that well,
political
so,
turmoil. For decades,
might be some new
Piltover's
stuff
Rooster Teeth have
for Jinx here,
exploited
too.
the undercity of Zaun, forcing workers into unsafe conditions and brutalizing the populace with terrifying police enforcers.
Oh, so like New Jersey. You could have just said New Jersey.
Until one day, a wild, loose cannon would literally explode onto the scene. She gave those uptight topsiders a taste of their own medicine, menacing its people with bombs, gunfire, and even more
I have
bombs.
no idea what Star Guardians
With
is, so...
Jinx destroyed Zeppelins, Jumanji'd the shit out of the local zoo, and switched the street signs. What monster! Now those monkeys will never find their way back.
Only the enforcer, Violet, could hope to stop her. But
Hey,
even armed with
Vi!
massive gauntlets weighing over 4,000 pounds each, Vi could not definitively overcome Jinx's magnificent arsenal of mechanical monstrosities.
Man, they're so evenly matched. It's almost like they're related. Anyway, Jinx can burst open birds with her trusty Zapper Shock pistol, turn enemies to Swiss cheese with her Pow Pow minigun, and blow bad guys to bits with her Flame Chomper grenades.
But Jinx's favorite weapon is her Fishbones rocket launcher.
That is a really cool rocket launcher.
Like a rocket-powered pogo stick. Well, that seems even less safe.
Well, don't let her manic attitude fool you. Not only is Jinx tough enough to take
That's
a
insane,
hit from
although,
a guy who can
given
shake
this episode.
mountains with a punch, but she's wicked smart. Almost all her gear is custom made. She's even recreated Hex Tech, funky science powered by magic crystals. Ooh.
Including her handheld teleportation device.
Oh,
my
that's
bad.
what the...
Is that League of Legends? What a coincidence.
Oh no.
Hold the phone. Are you talking about League of Legends over there? I love that game. I got in more than 10,000 hours just in our college days, huh, buddy? League of Legends is a multiplayer online battle arena game forged in the flames of land.
Oh, so
and
is...
salty gamer
So characters like
experience.
Ringmaster and Jocelyn
And
getting
if you're
times to shine in
professional
episodes
Zillia,
too.
To play the game well, you need to min-max your character's loadout with the best
Oh,
possible
boy.
items.
Yeah, and the worst mistake you can make is being new. God, it's the midterms all over again. No, Boomstick, stay in your lane. What are you doing in the jungle? Stop it, feeder.
Jinx's ideal loadouts include Phantom Dance.
I'm getting
so she
Smite
can phase
flashbacks.
through objects after landing a blow.
I'd like to phase out of this conversation.
Then there's the Quicksilver Sash, which protects her from status effects like sleep, paralysis, and poison. This includes forced actions, which make you do
Okay,
things
so she's
you
got
don't
resistance
wanna
to
do.
poison.
Hey, Boom! You want to pop into a match with your old Teemo from back in the day? I can set it up right now.
How about we move on to Arcane before I ram my foot up your ass?
Aww.
So, there's more to
Poor
Jinx than
Ringmaster.
what the main games depict. Before her infamous
Just wanted
tomfoolery,
to play
most
the
people
video
around
game
Zon
again.
knew her as an innocent young tinkerer named Powder.
Like pretty much everyone.
Oh,
in the
yeah,
Undercity,
this
Powder had
backstory.
rough. She lost her parents in a conflict with enforcers, but had a bit of luck when she joined this cool foster family along with Vi, who was, gasp, her sister all along. If you're wondering what put soap in their opera, Vi was a total badass, and Powder was desperate to also prove herself to her newfound family. And then
This
she
scene.
made a mistake.
Seemingly abandoned, Powder was left in the hands of the most notorious drug kingpin around. Silco was not the father she needed, but the one she wanted, teaching her to turn her perceived weaknesses into her greatest strengths. Thus, she became Jinx.
Even when the sisters reunited years later, they couldn't fully reconcile, setting up the game of cat and mouse in the game.
Jinx was an excellent rival, able to keep up with other skilled warriors like the bullet-dodging Echo, and survive the worst of Zon's toxic environments, which can kill normal people in minutes. After a near
Yikes.
fatal explosion, she was also infused with Shimmer, a toxic strength and speed enhancing drug that permanently altered her body's biochemistry.
But Shimmer's side effects intensified
Gee, that
her
sounds
prior
familiar.
trauma, making her much more unhinged and prone to attacking with lethal intent.
Inspiring her ultimate weapon, the Super Mega Death Rocket! This baby's been powered by both Hextech and its even more volatile cousin, Chemtech.
That's even more explosive! I forgot how much I appreciated the explodey options. Anyway, both Hextech and Chemtech are comparable.
Whoa, there's, like,
in
animated
to
stuff of
natural
this?
Magic.
On par with what a badass mage like Lux is able to cast, such as Lucent Singularity, which can totally body these big ol' rocks.
Measuring their width with Lux's height, we can determine she destroyed almost 13,000 tons of rock from 30 meters away.
Promotional trailers show Mega Death Rocket matching the speed and power of Lux's Final Spark, a much more powerful attack that fires a Kamehameha of natural light.
Oh,
So her rocket
boy.
is not only super strong, but super fast. From powder to gunpowder, Silco couldn't be prouder.
But her violet streak grew grim until the
Oh,
day
God,
she
there's
met a
even more.
particularly explosive Yordle. Ziggs bonded with her over their mutual passion for destruction, but his
I started to
was
think
more
that was, like,
tempered.
the end of the
Controlled.
analysis.
Thanks to his wisdom, Jinx learned a little bit of restraint when it came to exploding things of a more fleshy nature.
Helping her tone down the wanton violence and recover some of her mental stability, like he's some kind of feline brand Jiminy Cricket.
And despite being on opposite sides of the bridge, Jinx and Vi remained sisters, ultimately still caring about each other in their own way, even if they were at odds more often than not.
Though you better believe that when things get boring and uptight, Jinx will be there to shake things up.
Okay, so sorry, I'm a little taken aback by a slight change of format because I'm used to, like, after the analysis, like, when Wiz and Boomstick start talking, there's a little clip of the combatants just, like, saying something, but I guess that's, like, being scrapped for this season. Which is a shame. I really liked that, those cap-offs. But anyway, okay, so I feel like I want to go with Jinx, just because, like, okay, what they said for her sounds more powerful. And they mentioned, like, oh, she can survive, like, these kinds of toxins that would kill you in minutes. But the thing that has me a little iffy on that is because I don't know if, like, any, like, toxins or poisons in League of Legends are anywhere near as potent as, like, the Joker Venom, which has taken out the Justice League. I heard a while back that the Joker Venom that Harley has isn't as good as, like, Joker's, where it's, like, it'll make you laugh until you die, but Harley's is, like, meant for more incapacitating, which she does have, which I imagine Jinx could, shrug off. But if she has, like, laugh until you suffocate toxin, then I don't know if Jinx will be able to resist that. And on top of that, they mentioned Harley being comparable to Batman, who can dodge lightning, whereas Jinx is comparable to people who can, like, dodge bullets. But then there's, like, faster stuff that they didn't really dive into, like, how fast that is. And they mentioned, like, her Super Mega Death Rocket being that fast, and she's even riding and steering it. So okay. I want to say Harley is probably, like, the smarter of the two and more experienced. So I could see them at least, like, saying, oh, it's likely she could use, like, a few of those advantages to take the win in some scenarios. Watch her win, and I look more for even saying that. But I think just due to, like, how powerful Jinx's arsenal is, and she might be a bit tougher as well. I'm not too sure. Alright, well, like I said, I don't have, like, too much of an attachment to Jinx, even though I prefer her. So, if Harley wins, I'm not gonna be too bothered. But, yeah, I'm going with Jinx. Let's, see what happens and see a cool fight.
All right, the combatants
Are
are
set.
set.
We run the data through all possibilities. Okay, at least I haven't changed that.
Battle!
And of course, it takes place in a carnival.
And they say these games are rigged.
What should be, like, Easter eggs that I just don't get?
You emo pigeons! I'll show you a murder!
Also, when I heard the emo pigeons line in the preview, I thought, what the fuck? But then this just, it makes sense.
I like exploding stuff too. Why don't I start with your head?
I really like the song. QA Birdie No from Ruby fans. Also, Jinx's line, me when I play first-person shooter games.
Look out! She's right behind you.
Aw. Traitor!
I just love that.
You're a real firecracker. Got a light? Oh, sure thing.
Oh, no, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Let's say there's, like, a mental thing with just, oh, it's still in there, just get it out, please.
Stop horsing around!
Don't make me laugh and just... No. Okay, she finally took it out. Jesus! What? What the fuck? I spotted one Easter egg.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Sorry told you to, Dad. To make up for it, I got you some nice perfume.
Boy. Oh, she's lost, hasn't she?
I am a doctor, and you ain't crazy. You don't have that same smile. I don't need a second
Wait.
opinion.
Wait. Oh! Wait, or is this a hallucination? I don't think it is.
Don't you want to get in close and savor my emotions as you deliver the final kill? Nah, bye.
Okay! Alright, I called it right!
There, Jinx! You just won a free teddy bear! What if it's Timbers?
This was a complicated fight with far more
Oh.
factors to consider than at first blush.
Okay, this
Harley
is-
had more direct combat
this is new.
experience against superpowered beings, along with better training.
But Jinx's physical power, diabolical weaponry, and assortment of items were just enough to roast this Harlequin duck.
While Harley lifting over 1,200 pounds is impressive, Jinx can compete with Vi, whose gauntlets weigh 8
Oh, okay.
times that in the game. And Jinx can take
I-
hits from a guy
why didn't I
who can
register
shake
that?
mountains. A bit beyond Harley's level of strength.
Harley may have been more naturally acrobatic, but Jinx's hex tech and intangibility matched and outclassed that mobility. The teleporting tablet alone could control the entire fight, since Jinx could send herself or Harley just about anywhere.
And while Harley had a moderate...
And to other fights, apparently.
never regenerated entire body parts before, so a big enough kaboom would definitely kill her. And Jinx's weapons were strong enough to do just that. In order to destroy over 13,000 tons of rock from such a distance, Lux's magic explosion would need a yield of about 20 kilotons of TNT.
Jesus
Hex
Christ!
and Chemtech are similar to Lux's magic in speed and power.
Even if we scale Harley's durability to Batman surviving this massive explosion, the
It's like
potency of Jinx's
52,
weaponry
if I remember
outpaces
right, or is
more
it
than
57?
300 times.
Sure, Harley is
Okay, they're not gonna give a
legitimately
number.
intelligent, but so is Jinx, as evidenced by her inventions and routinely outwitting Vi and her task force. Plus, Jinx is typically distrusting of people she's just met, so Harley's potential mind games were likely to fall on skeptical ears.
Jinx was much
Ah.
more likely to shoot first and ask questions later.
Now,
That's
Harley
actually
still
fair
has
enough
a
for my
wide
mentality,
array of
anyway.
Poisons and chemical agents.
Okay,
Joker Vet,
I'm interested
which
in
will
this
kill
one.
most opponents in minutes. However, after living her whole life in the toxic cesspool of Zon, her tolerance for poisons is clearly much higher than a normal person. Not to mention, the Quicksilver Sash could simply end any unwanted effect on her. Ultimately,
Oh, it
Harley
ends
could
effect.
stop
Okay,
Jinx's
that
physical
makes more
power,
sense.
Superior technology or overwhelmingly explosive arsenal.
Harley clowned around only to get her bell rung by someone out of her league.
The winner is Jinx.
Congrats, Jinx!
Death Battle is back, and we've launched a brand new membership program for our YouTube channel. By directly supporting our team,
Yeah, if you
get
want to
exclusive
support
bad
Death Battle,
information,
like,
content, and
on
more.
YouTube,
Click that join
you
button
can
to
sign
see
up
more
for that.
info, and thanks for watching.
Alright, what's next? Oh, they're jumping right into that next. Okay. Would have thought they'd wait until like later to do that, but okay. Okay. Okay, real quick, just to like explain something I wasn't too into about this this episode. Yeah, okay, so like like, any kind of, like, explosive, like, held in someone's mouth, that's, like, an instant, like, fuck off no for me. Like, no, like, just... So, sorry I was, like, looking away and, like, being uncomfortable there. It was just, like, no, just, like, hate it. It's like a thing I've had for, like, years and years. And I can't really explain it. It's... But, anyway, aside from that, that fight was really cool. I really liked the song, and, man, that got, like, wacky in so many ways. It's like... Okay. Oh, I mentioned, what's that Easter eggs I didn't get? However, I noticed the Blake versus Mikasa background. I wonder if I can actually spot Blake and Mikasa, like, fighting at that point. Yeah, like, when they start teleporting on the, roller coaster, they just... Like, you can see the area in which Blake and Mikasa fight. Ah, she's there! Okay, I went, like half speed and pausing it. Blake is in the background. Is Mikasa there? I want to know. Okay. Okay, that alone just makes me enjoy this episode a little bit more. But, yeah, okay, so, get away from, like, my personal, like, bias for a particular catgirl whose show is having an anime soon, and I'm very, very excited about that. Not making this about Ruby, talking about Death Bell, okay. Okay, so when, like, Jinx was going through, like, the Joker Venom, like, laughing and seeing, like, hallucinations of Vi, I was just like, oh, this is it, isn't it? I didn't realize that, like, thing that she has could just, like, nullify any toxin effect, like, if she chose. So that caught me completely off guard. And also, good fake out with, like, Harley attempting to do with what Joker did to Sweet Tooth. I think she even, like, says the line, like, savor my emotions. And, Jinx just being like, nah, boom. Yeah, and, I think I did get a new appreciation for Harley Quinn just by watching this episode. Like, the whole, like, her becoming a psychiatrist again and, like, helping out, like, vigilantes and stuff. Like, I really like that. Like, that's really cool. Like, so, yeah, this episode gave me an appreciation for a character I didn't really know that much about and was just kind of towards. So, yeah, kudos to Death Bell. I don't really know what else I can say at the moment. Keep in mind, this is just me, like, watching the episode, like, this is just my reaction watching the episode, like, the first time, and I just got off work. So, there's a chance I might be a little tired and missing some stuff. So if you want to hear me talk about it in greater detail, go to Billy Bobby's channel and keep an eye out for Lads Discuss Death Battle, where myself, him, and Sean will be talking about this episode. And the next time, Scarlet Witch versus Zatanna. I don't really know much about Zatanna. I only know Scarlet Witch, so, I'm hoping she wins, just because, like, just on the virtue of, like, oh, hey, I know that person. So, yeah. We'll see. I mean, if that fight is anything like Doctor Strange versus Dr. Fate, then, oh boy, it's, gonna get insane. I like how I'm saying that when talking, like, for the reaction for this episode. But, yeah. Rooting for Scarlet Witch next time. I really enjoyed this episode. Gave me a new appreciation for Harley. Jinx won, so that's good. And for those who are getting annoyed with the whole DC always beating on Marvel characters, Jinx won! Yay! I was always, like, kind of about it anyway, so... Yeah, for those who are, like, passionate on, like, wanting it to end, you got your wish. But, yeah, the character I prefer won, so I'm happy. And, my most wanted and favourite episode got referenced in the fight, and my favourite character made a cameo. So, that makes me happy. So, yeah, I'm just... You know, I'm only just realising how I not talked about this. So, if this is like... So, okay, so... Harley and Jinx, they just show up in the middle of Blake and Mikas's fight. Wow, that was an eventful day for Blake. It's like, not only did she... Like, okay, sorry for like, going off on a tangent and talking about like a different episode entirely. But it's just making me think about this. So, Blake gets in a fight with this girl who cuts her arm off. And Blake blows her up. She goes to, like, fight Titans with one arm. Kills them because, like, nah, Titan ain't gonna do much to Blake, even with one arm. And also, during that fight, these two just showed up and disappeared out of nowhere. So that's, quite a bit to wrap my head around. Anyway, I'm gonna end this before I start rambling even more about a different episode entirely. Yeah, I'm happy that Death Battle's back. Looking forward to more. And curious what matchups we're gonna get aside from the tease characters as well. And, like, that's another thing I was a little, iffy on with the last season, was that we basically knew almost every episode ahead of time. So I'm hoping, like, the tease characters will be, like, more spread out this year. And there'll be, like, more surprises. Like, that's what I'm hoping for. And I'm also just gonna have to, like, try and get used to the new format. Because, like, in the end analysis, they had, like, right away, like, advantages, disadvantages, which... Actually, they kind of did that in Season 1 as well. So... Yeah, I guess we're just getting that back. So, well, let's see how that pans out for this season. So, anyway, I've been saying I'm going to end the video, so I'm just going to end the video. Thanks for watching all of that stuff, and since she made a cameo in this episode, here's my Blake outro. Bye.
This is Blake Belladonna with Your Only Mate saying like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.